Okay, so one big problem at the start of every pond or start of every spring is you have a shit ton of algae, and it's a pain in the ass to get, especially if you don't want to get in your pond or your mobility limited or whatever. So there's all this algae that's just growing on the sides, and it's even more matted up here, but the water level's not risen up enough. So what you can do is you can go to the store and get a bristle brush similar to this. These will not go into your liner as long as you have thick liner, and not the moss, but the algae will actually help lubricate it to where it won't get it. But basically all you do is go along, push it like that, and you pull it up, you grab it all out, let it off to the side, grab some more, like that. Then you're not, and you can do it from the edge of the pond. So let's say you're outside of the pond. Basically you just scrub up and down or scrub side to side, get it in the bristles, and then pull it over to you, over on the outside of the pond, take it. You can also knock it to get some of the algae loose, and then go back at it and just keep going. And then eventually, once you get down low enough to where there's not a ton on there, then you can really get into it, and all of that will come off. And you want to pull this algae out if you're doing a spring cleaning, because if you leave it in and you use algicide or anything like that, you're gonna kill. All of it will die, and then it'll just be more nutrients for additional algae, and you'll have another algae bloom, and you'll just keep fighting it. So ultimately what you want to do, you want to put some beneficial bacteria in the pond, and you want to put a bunch of plants up in your waterfall, put a bunch of plants in your pond, and then you want some shade. Shade will help with algae quite a bit, but basically all the leaves in the bottom of your pond provide nutrients for the algae to soak up if your plants aren't eating it first. So basically you want to take all of your plants, and your plants will soak up all that excess nutrients once you get everything clean, and then you will be able to basically the plants will override the algae, and then you won't have any string algae. And a little bit of string algae is fine. It's not a big deal. The fish like to eat it and graze on it throughout the day in between feedings, so it's not a big deal. But essentially you do want to do a cleaning at the beginning of the year, and or beginning of starting up your pond again, and get all that out. Beneficial bacteria, liquid or powder, it doesn't matter really. You can't really overdose, so just add the recommended amount that it says on the bottle. And yeah, so hopefully that helps. Just to recap, you just take it and you scrub the algae off, bring it over, knock it off. It makes it quick work. That way you're not in here trying to grab a little bit at a time and sliding all over the pond, and like it's not beneficial. So if you do this, it gets a lot of that off a lot quicker, and you don't have to get in the pond for it. So, all right, thanks guys.